everyone, it's Laura from Laura's Handcrafted Treats and Treasures. Welcome to or back to my channel. I just wanted to come on real quick with treat number 8/gift. This is a little treat gift box using Ferrero Rocher, and I'm using the papers from the Vintage Bakery. Oh, the name just slipped me. But it is the Carolyn's Musings, and I'm going to have all the papers. I believe this particular set came from the mini book, Gingerbread Bakery. That's what it was called, Vintage Gingerbread Bakery. And there's 2 kits. So there's a mini album, and then there's a regular journal kit. Anyhow, I have used some of the papers from that. I've used some of the embellishments. This one and this one. This one I made myself, and then I just kind of used my dabber, my inker to kind of get it off, not the white, off white. And then the flower I had coffee dyed, but that's where the papers came from. Now the original idea came from Intertwined Design. She's no longer on YouTube. If she was, I would definitely link her because I learned a lot from her. And these actually were in a different size. You'll see that at the end of the video, but I shrunk them down so that they would just fit the 2. They're just nice and cute. Great stocking stuffers, great for to take to someone in a nursing home. With all the treat ideas I've given you, you could fill a little bag with matching papers and take a bunch of these little treats in. But anyway, that's what we're doing today, so let's get into it. Okay, so let's get started. I have done a little prep work to keep this rolling along. We are going to start with the box. All right, the box is going to be cut 6 by 6 3/4. Okay, we're going to bring in the scoreboard, and I've already done the score, but I'm just going to show you. And I like my scoreboard this way, but you can certainly go this way. This just is the way my brain works now. I've done it for so long, I don't think I can change it. All right, so we are going to score at 1/2 inch. We're going to score at 1 7/8. I'm going to flip that, and this is on the long side, the 6 3/4 side. We're going to score at 1/2 inch and 1 7/8. We are going to flip that to our 6-inch side, 6-inch side, and we're going to score at 1/2 inch, 1 7/8, 3 1/4, and then 4 5/8, and that's going to be all of our scoring. So I'm going to flip it back over to my other side where I had made all of my notes, and we are going to take out where you see these X marks. These all are going to get cut away, cut away. These 2 in the middle do not get cut away. So when you are finished, you're going to end up with this. Okay, so I am going to cut one. I've already done a black one, but this is why I like to keep my templates so that I can look at them and be like, okay, which side did the 1/2 inch need to be on? So I'm going to be cutting away, and my 1/2 inch needs to stay here for this little flap. So we're going to go ahead and cut here. And all of this, you're going to do the same thing on the other side, and you can go ahead. Actually, I think I'm going to use my corner rounder for that. Can't remember how that looks in the box. Let me see for a second. Oh, you're never going to see it anyway, so you can actually put a little, notch it out a little bit. But you're going to do the same thing on the other side. And I'm just going inside of the score mark just to get rid of that little beveled edge there. Okay. And that's starting to come together. And then we are going to cut down this side. And I'm going to notch it just so that we don't have resistance. I'm going to cut down this side. And I notched that out. And then I'm going to cut away just above that, again, that little score line. I'm going to cut this out, okay? So it's starting to come together. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so we have all of our pieces notched out. Now on the corners here, I'm just going to use my chomper and I'm going to just make a nice little end on either side. Okay, so now looking at this, I'm looking at my little template here. I know that I want to put a little notch here. And I don't want to layer the paper first because sometimes it can be a little rough on your punches. It's sometimes a little bit too much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and fold, and that would be the 1, 2, 3rd score mark up is where I'm gonna burnish that a little bit, and then I'm gonna take my punch, and you could do a circle punch, you could do a die cut, you could put a die cut halfway up here and then run it through, and you're still gonna get your their same effect. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to get that in the center. Now, if I went down too far, I have marks in there for a different project I was doing. But I don't want to go that far. I almost want to go in where these little circles start, and I don't think I want to go any further than that. Because if I do, it's going to take up the whole space. Plus, you're kind of getting 2 for 1 because you're doing both sides. So let me just get this centered best I can. And pop. Okay, so we now have this. Okay, so now once all of that is done, we're going to go ahead and I didn't do my folding earlier, so I'll just get that done real quick. And then I'm going to go ahead and get my pieces together. And actually, I'm going to notch those out too while I'm at it. Now, I do my layering before. It's too hard to put it on the box when the box is all assembled. So I'm going to layer all of my pieces. And it is best to do your folding beforehand, but I didn't do it. I didn't do it. It wasn't me. All right, so let's bring in our pieces. I'm going to go ahead and ink these up because I don't like that white edge. And I'm going to go ahead and get them laid down. This is going to go here. This is going to go here. And this is going to go here. So I'm going to get those all laid down. When you are gluing these, keep in mind you want to glue not over top of this, not in between, because you're just going to stick it to your desk or whatever paper. So you sort of have to be a little bit careful with your gluing when you go to lay that one down and when you go to lay this one down. So I have all of my pieces on, and before I glue it together, I'm going to turn this around, and then I'm going to go back in with my punch best I can. I'll try to get up to the edge where I punched it the first time, and then I'm just going to punch that out, which I think I did grab a little bit of the edge, but not much. All right, and then I also want to go ahead and ink this up since I've inked everything else. And then sometimes in these really tiny spots, I just use a makeup, an eye makeup sponge so that I can get into the tiny spots. Okay, so we got that done. Now we're gonna just basically lay this like this, get your top folded down, and I'm gonna go ahead and get some glue on there, art glitter glue. And then if you just fold this over, it will just automatically meet up to that edge. Okay. Then once we get that done, we can bring it back, fold these in, and then tuck your little tabs in there. There we go. And we have our little Ferrero Rocher box. Now, I could have went a little bit deeper on this as I'm looking at it, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and then embellish. You can use any type of little embellishments that you want. I'm just going to grab one of the little sayings from the A Merry Christmas from the kit. I think this was the Vintage Gingerbread mini journal kit, and I shrunk it half size to make them smaller because they were bigger than that. So I'm going to go ahead and put that up on some foam. Let's see, I'm going to put this right here, and then I'm going to go ahead and glue. This is just a little flower I got from the Dollar Tree, and I think I'm going to use a foam dot on that. And all I did was coffee dyed it. Sometimes I coffee dye the flowers and the butterflies, and as you can probably guess, I don't like stark white on a lot of things. Unless most of what I'm doing is white, then obviously I don't care. But okay, I'm going to put that on there. And then, all right, so I have one more to do with this set, and then I'll be back and we'll get these filled with the Ferrero Rocher. Okay, so the boxes are done, and all we need to do is fill them with our Ferrero Rochers. Close them up, and you have another nice, quick, and easy treat to make before the holidays. Or these would be great table settings if you're having a small group. I have about 25 people in my house, so of all ages. But yeah, they make a nice little tree. So I wanted to also say you can make these in a bigger form. And what I like about these, because this is something that I did sell at my craft shows, I broke them down into a little bit smaller because after figuring the cost, you know, sometimes you have to charge a little bit larger when you're putting 4 Ferrero Rochers in there. So I broke them down again because that way they could pick up one of these, one of their Reese's peanut butter treat boxes. I just have different little treat boxes, and they can do an assortment of affordable little gifts. But you can make them in a bigger size, and you can make these any time of the year. Change out your paper. You can make them for Easter. You can make a little Mother's Day, 4th of July. Just change your paper out. That's all you have to do. But I wanted to give you the measurements of this one, which it's the same measurements that I had across, and I already put them away, so I don't have them with me. But for the length on this one, you would do, let's see, 9 and a half. And this will allow you to put 4. I believe it's still 6 this way. No, it would be 6 3/4 this way. I take that back because you have your little lip that gets tucked under, and each one of these are 1.5 inches. So 1.5 inches, 3. So yes, it'd be 6 3/4 this way, and then 9 and about 9.5 this way. So, okay. Well, anyway, I hope that helped, and you have another little treat that you can make up real quick and have ready for Christmas. So I hope you enjoyed that, and have a great day, everyone. Bye.